I am back with Flosstube number 24, I believe. It is April 4th, 2024. And the beginning of a new month. So, first, I'd like to start off by saying welcome to my craft room, my pile of stuff here. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, commented, liked, etc. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. And I've done some sewing, I've done some stitching, I've done some gardening. Not much going on with life, so we'll get started. Life, as I said, nothing much going on. The usual. The weather's been beautiful. I currently have all the windows open, so if you hear dogs barking and women screaming, that's the dog place across the street. I'm sorry. I think they do boarding, but I also think they do training. I can tell you there's no way on earth I would ever take a dog there, because all I hear all day is dogs fighting and people screaming at them. It's very sad. Artemis is outside. She's enjoying the lovely spring weather. The only person in here with me is my little jelly bean. He is currently enjoying the dog bed. Hecate and Cheeto are asleep on my bed, and my little Snickers is asleep on one of the dining room chairs. My son just left, so they got all thoroughly loved up on, and now they're sleepy. So, on to cross stitch. Cross stitch, I've made some progress. I've been following my check sheet. As you can see, I did not do everything in March. I tried, but with a couple weeks out of the month there where either my husband was sick, my daughter was sick, or I was sick, time got away from me. It's all right. I will catch up. I did not get the Halloween ornament done. I did not work on my stamped kit, which honestly, that one is not a huge priority for me. And I didn't work on my Riolis, the Maine Coon kit. I didn't work on that one either. But I did work on everything else. So, we'll start with progress. I do have a new start, but we'll start with progress. I have made progress on my seed pack towels. Now this one, as I've said before, I am stitching both of these. This is from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, June of 2021. It is a pattern by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts. As I've mentioned before, I am not doing this on towels. I am stitching this on a pale yellow Aida. It is 14 count. And I am doing it as prints to hang on my kitchen wall. I finished the lettuce, and I'm currently working on the tomato. I've gotten the bulk of the tomato done. It's mostly done. Let me move my thread. But I have all of this done. This is what it looked like before. I had just begun the darker red along the outside of the tomato. And I've filled in all of the dark red on this side, and I am now currently working on this side. So, but the tomato is taking shape, and it looks like a tomato. So considerable progress with that. And chances are I will probably stitch some more on that tonight. While my son was here earlier, while we were chatting, I was stitching on that. So I got a lot done. The next whip. See, I actually remembered to unzip all my zippers this time. It's only taken me, what, 24 floss tubes to remember that? But I did remember finally. The next one I worked on was my Treasure Island stitch along from Owl Forest. Now this stitch along is finished. I didn't keep up with it because me. But I am still going to finish it. Now, when you saw it last time, it looked like this. I have been working on, ooh, thread, it's falling. Okay. I have been working on this ship here in the middle. I've gotten all of that brown. Okay, let's see if I can fold this. There we go. Now, I've gotten all of the brown done. That color is finished, and I've begun filling in the sails of the ship. So I've made progress, but I don't know why. It seems like every time I pick this project up, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna finish this boat today so that I can check that piece off. And either my husband comes in wanting me to do something, or my daughter, or you know, somebody calls on the phone, and I don't know why, but every time I pick this thing up to finish that boat, something interrupts me. But I'm going to finish it. I'm going to. Hopefully this month. Now, the next project I have worked on is my mill hill. I didn't get a lot done, but that's because I was doing beading. And beading is a little slower, especially with kittens. Now, when you last saw it, it looked like this. I had filled in the tree and started beading along the outline of it, but had not finished beading the outline of the tree. So I continued with that, and I need something to put behind this because perforated paper. So what I did is I had started here, but I continued that along to there. And then I did all of this beading here, all the way up into here and there. As you can see here in the moon, I've done that beading. So I'm working on the branches and just doing the beads that outline the tree. I was working on it during the day so I could do that. But that's what I've gotten done on my mill hill thus far. As I said, I would have liked to have made more progress, but beading is a little slower than just stitching. But it's coming along. It's coming along. Now the next one I worked on was my Herbalist Stitch Along by this is the Herbalist Stitch Along, and it's by, I believe, World on a String by Dara. The only thing that's been released thus far is the frame and the first little square. And when you last saw it, it looked like this. I had almost finished it, but not quite. But it is done. The frame is complete. I have marked it off in my date book, and it is done. All of the back stitch along all of these blocks are finished. The little mortar and pestle is finished. The title, The Herbalist, is finished. So this one is caught up. It is ready for the next release. So I did get that one finished. Now, the next one I worked on, and this was also one of my sewing projects. I made myself a new bag, and it is dragons and castles and towers and things. I did sew that. But this one houses my beautiful biomes. This is another stitch along that I'm doing this year. It is by Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch, and I've got a very small start. I've not done much of it. I ran out of time on the day I was working on it. I have begun the frame. All I've done thus far is just the top row. But this is as wide as it's going to be. This is the top of the frame. I don't think it's going to be a difficult stitch, the frame. I just haven't had the time. Here recently, it seems like every time I try to stitch something, something comes up. I think the only reason I got so much done on the tomato today is because I was sitting at the kitchen table chatting with my son, who, by the way, thought the lettuce looked really cool. And he just said he wishes we could get lettuce that crisp here, but it's not a thing. So that's the beautiful biomes. I am not caught up, but I have pretty much a whole month to work on that. So I will hopefully get the frame done in time for it. Hopefully. That's all my progress. That's my new start, the beautiful biomes. Thus far, I'm keeping up with my stitch alongs. Those are the only two that have been released. But I did get some haul. Not a lot. I got so much stuff for Christmas and birthday and Valentine's and all of that I'm really not going to buy much at least the first half of this year, because I would really, I have so many beautiful patterns that I do want to get started on them. I want to finish these and get started on those. But I did get a little bit. I got a few things. The first thing I got was my fabric of the month for March from Witch's Garden Crafts, and it is in the color Ostara. It is a very pretty light purple. Let's see if I can take it out of the package so that you don't have the glare in the window. Sorry about the crinkling. But it is in the color Ostara. It is a light purple. There's just a little bit of light yellow in some spots, but not a lot. It's mostly the light purple. It's very pretty, very springy. There we go. You can see the yellow. Like I said, it's not glaringly obvious, but it is there. So I will have to sit down and figure out what project I want to stitch on this one. It's a pretty one. So I got that. Now, when she sends out fabric, she always sends out just like a little square sample. The sample I got this time was this beautiful sparkly black. I love it. That is going to go for a Halloween ornament for sure, because I just love that sparkle. So that's that one. The next thing I got was from Everything Cross Stitch. Now, I had ordered some gray Aida. It is a 16 count Aida. It's 12 by 18, and it is an Ocean Kiss, and it is a gray. I know I ordered this specifically for a project, and I have forgotten which project because of course I have. So I'm gonna have to figure out which project I wanted to put on this, and then I'll get back with you and let you know. But Ocean Kiss, and it's just a Witchelt, so it's a light gray. There you go. So I got that, and then I got, now I had mentioned my daughter loves pink. Her whole bedroom is pink. She loves pink, and I thought this would be a nice one to do for her room. A tropical flamingo. Very beautiful. I love it. It's by Le Petit Quoi. It's part of the summer collection. But I got that one. And then my husband actually picked this one out, and it's by Artisy. It's from artwork by Sarah Mullen, and it is the Cocapelli sampler. He absolutely loved it, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I will stitch it for him. I also think it's very pretty. I like the bright colors and the whole bit, so I picked that one up, and that is all the haul I got. Like I said, I'm trying not to buy much for at least the first half of the year. I've got the 5 stitch alongs that I joined, and I think I've got plenty for now. So, plants. Obviously, I will catch up on the things I didn't do for March. So I still need to do a Halloween ornament, so I'll do 2 Halloween ornaments this month. And then I still need to work on my stamped kit, and then I still need to work on my Maine Coon. But those are easy enough to do. And I got that pretty sparkly piece of fabric for a Halloween ornament. I could probably stitch a little bitty pumpkin on it and it would be just fine. And I think I have some orange and green Krynic, which means I could do the whole thing sparkly. That's awesome. So, but I'll get those three things knocked out. And then, of course, I've already begun, because I was stitching on my seed pack towels today. So I've already begun for April. The stitch alongs, what I have for April. Now I of course need to work on the Beautiful Biomes frame, obviously. The femurs and fungi stitch along, the frame comes out tomorrow, so I'll have that one to do also. And I don't know how complicated that one will be. We'll see. And then Friday the 12th, the frame will come out for the Deadly Aquarium stitch along, because I'm crazy and I've lost my mind. And then Monday the 15th, the first part of the Herbalist Stitch Along will come out. So, and then April 20th is when the Vampirum Stitch Along starts. So lots of Stitch Along stuff. But, you know, there are some I will keep up with, and then there are some that I'll just complete in my own time. And it will be okay, because life does go on. But otherwise, I know I won't get it finished this month, but I would like to finish the tomato from the Seed Pack Towels and get that one knocked out. Maybe I can get it done by the end of May. I hope. I'm gonna try, because it is a quick stitch. It's going quick, so I don't think that'll be a problem, unless I just, of course, life happens. Like with this past month, all three of us got sick, so life does happen. But otherwise, hopefully I can get it done. So that's it for cross stitch. On to sewing. Obviously, as I said, I made myself this project bag, and it's a nice big one, which is why I have my beautiful biomes in it, because I think that's when that project is going to be a long one, a big one. I also made my Animal Crossing for my Animal Crossing project that I'm planning to start soon. So I made this one. And then I've begun the summer sewing. I'm sorry, my face is covered in cat hair. Yeah, I was living on Kitty. And then I also made myself a summer shirt. Just a button-up shirt, nice and loose, light cotton lawn, so that I can wear it this summer in our summer heat and humidity. It's coming. Right now the weather's nice, but it's coming. So I've started my sewing. I have a few other, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more project bags ready to start. Well, one is in progress, actually. It is going to be made out of these 2 fabrics. I have too many kitty cat projects not to have a kitty cat project bag. It's just a thing. But I do have several more project bags ready to be cut out. I also have all my summer clothes cut out. Well, not all of them, but I have several cut out, ready to be sewn up. So I will start getting those done. And then I have some other projects waiting to be cut and stitched. And then I've got fabric coming in for summer clothes for me and my daughter. But other than that, that's what's going on with sewing. Not a whole lot. Just getting back into it after being, everybody being sick. So on to gardening. We've started planting some of the existing garden beds. We've got the onions planted. My husband did build that bed. We've got the onions planted. We've been harvesting snow peas now that it's dried up from the rain. We've planted bush beans. We've planted summer and winter squash, and we planted cucumbers. My son is going to come Saturday and help us finish tearing down the old chicken coops so that we can start putting up the garden tunnel and the new beds and get those filled and planted. I have a little army of tomato and pepper seedlings that are getting ready to go in the ground. We do have 2 garden beds up front that are ready and waiting for some of those to be planted, which we'll plant this weekend. And then we have another bed that has snow peas growing in it up here that we're going to start preparing for potatoes, to grow potatoes. So our garden is coming along. Lots of spring flowers blooming, lots of new growth, lots of work being done outside. Lots of weeding to do because it doesn't get cold enough here to kill the weeds. They just grow all winter and then they're taller than the house. It's sad. We get this prickly lettuce stuff that literally grows taller than I am. We get giant ragweed, which grows up to the roof of our house, and we have a 2-story house. Those are weeds. So yeah. Now the giant ragweed we cleared out in the fall, so it's not that tall. It's not that tall, and it's the season where it's just starting to grow, so we've been ripping it out as we see it to make sure it doesn't get that tall. Because I just can't. I can't. It's awful. But we've got several plans going. There is our house is strangely laid out, our property. They built our house way off the road, so we have this huge front yard and not so big a backyard. And our front yard is actually, we have the driveway leading up to the garage, but then it forks to a sidewalk that leads up to the front steps. So we have this like oddly shaped island in the middle. Now, what we have there now is up by the area by the house is a flower bed, and it's filled with roses, and it's got 2 crepe myrtles, and then it's got a few other things planted in it. And then step away maybe 3 feet from that and we have a red powder puff tree. The rest of it is weeds. It's not even grass, it's weeds. And the funny thing is, this side of it and this side are grass, but in the middle it's all weeds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna till all that up, rake out all the weeds, get rid of all of that, and just get it down to bare earth. And then we're gonna bring in some soil. We'll edge it, of course. Bring in some soil and build it up a little higher so that it won't be underwater when it rains. And then we're gonna put at the tip of it, out by the gate, we're gonna make a round bed, and we'll put the olive tree. We have an olive tree out, and it's in a big pot right now, but it's outgrown the pot, so we're gonna plant that in the ground. But it doesn't like wet feet, so we have to lift the ground. We have to raise the ground before we can plant it there. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll plant that at the tip out by the gate, because that is full sun, no shade, and that's where it's been growing in the pot. So we'll put it there. And then I'll probably surround it with maybe some, I don't know, lavender plants, probably lavender. But then we're gonna do stepping stones and sod, and we'll have 3 more little beds. We're gonna have 2 beds, well, no, we'll have 5 more little beds in there, divided by, of course, grass and then stepping stones. 2 of the beds will have rosemary, because rosemary grows around the year here. Okay, it doesn't die back in the winter. So we'll put 2 rosemary, and then 1 big bed in the center is just going to be seeded with wildflowers, bee flowers. And then 2 beds on either side of that, we're going to do beehives, because my husband wants to get back into doing bees, and our backyard is not the best place for it. So we're going to put them in the front there. And so that's a project we're going to start working on once we get that coop down and get the garden up. Then that will be next. So we've got that going on. But I'm sketching it out as we go. As we decide what we want to do where, I'm sketching it out, and I will design it professionally so that it's nice. And we don't face the issues we have now with all of these horrendous weeds. The problem is we are surrounded on all sides by people. This side of the house, the neighbor takes care of his lawn. Now all he does is mow it, but he keeps it mowed and he keeps it weeded. You know, he has a lawn service come out and take care of the weeds. So that side of the yard is fine, but every other side is surrounded by people who don't take care of their yards. And this guy on this side, his yard is nothing but poison ivy. So every year we fight poison ivy because I'm highly allergic to it. And every year I get it. Because Artemis will go and she'll be nosing around and then she'll come love on me and I'll end up with poison ivy. So my husband's going to treat all of that. He's just going to go through all along that fence and just treat it so that hopefully this year I can avoid it. But the people behind us, they don't take care of anything. They don't take care of anything. It's awful. It is awful back there. But anyway, we're working on it a bit at a time as we can, because I mean we have an acre and a third, so that's a lot of work for 2 people. Now, like I said, my son is coming Saturday and he's going to help us finish tearing down the chicken coop, so that'll help. He's finally got a day where he's not doing anything, so he can come help. And besides, as he told me today, he's like, I know what's going to happen, Mom. You're going to walk out there and it's going to fall on your head because you're a klutz. And he's not wrong. So, that's a thing. But otherwise, everything's going along fine for the garden. It's going along. We're doing okay. And that's all that's really going on here. My husband, he's been working a lot of hours, but that's okay. It's okay. It gives me a chance to stitch, right? But all the cats are fine. Right now they're asleep because the boy wore them out. As he said, I'm coming to pick up my mail, Mom, because he has his packages delivered here. He's had packages, stolen off of his porch, so he just has them delivered here. I'm coming to pick up my mail, Mom, and love on the kitties. So the kitties got roughed up. They got loved on, so they are passed out. Even Mr. Jellybean. He is out. So, yeah. I have some tired kids. But anyway, that's all that's going on here. But anyway, thank you for visiting me in my craft room. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did enjoy something here, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment. All of that stuff helps me build my little community here on the internet. I do want to address one thing. I got a comment on my last video. Now, I just deleted it because, like I said, I'm not going to deal with anything negative. But apparently someone took issue with, they informed me this is a social media platform and not to be selling anything, so please remove all my links. I am going to state right here and now, I am selling nothing. I have nothing for sale. I do not have any affiliate links. I am affiliated with no one. I do not make money for this. This is just for my own entertainment, I guess, and for me to meet other cross-stitchers. I have links in my description, but they are for whatever projects I have discussed. In case I'm stitching something that someone is interested in, I put links in my description. That is all that is. I'm not selling anything. As I said, I just deleted the comment. I'm not going to fight with anyone on the internet. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to deal with it. End of story. I'm not removing the links because I've had people message me on Instagram asking me, hey, you showed this project. Is there any way what was that project you showed? Because I would love to stitch it. And so I've started putting the links in my description. Now, obviously, if it's something out of a magazine, like the Seed Pack Towels, I will tell you the magazine and what edition I got it from. That's all I can do. I can't really link it. But I'll be glad to tell you if it's something from a book. I will tell you what book it's from. But if it's something you can find on the internet, I will put the link down below in the description box. And I'm not going to take those links down because I'm not selling anything and I'm not making any money from it. So I just wanted to address that because I did get a comment and I deleted the comment because I'm not dealing with it. If somebody has nothing better to do with their time than to go through videos looking for links and harass people and tell them not to sell things on YouTube, you haven't been around, because most of the people I watch on YouTube have affiliate links in their description. Sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to address that and let everybody know I'm not making any money from this. Everything I buy, or everything I've got, I bought, or my husband has bought, or a friend has bought. I don't get anything for free. The only thing I get for free is the stuff I make myself, and then it's still not free because I have to buy the supplies. So there you go. I just wanted to get that out there and let everybody know I'm not selling anything and I'm not making any money off of this. So don't come at me in the comments anymore, because I'm just going to keep deleting them. And eventually I'll get ugly. And I have red hair. I can get ugly. But anyway, so that said, again, I hope you enjoyed something you saw. Rant notwithstanding. It's just something I wanted to get off my chest and address, since it was in the comments for like a minute before I deleted it, because I'm not going to have any drama. I hope you enjoyed your visit here. I always enjoy having you, and hopefully next time I will have more progress to show. That's the goal. It's starting to warm up. We're supposed to be up to like 82 today, but it's April. It's April. Usually by mid-April, we've got the air conditioner on and we're sweating outside. So pretty soon it'll be too hot for me to work outside in the middle of the day. I'll have to do it early in the morning or late in the afternoon. And the middle of the day will be stitching. It'll be stitching. But anyway, hopefully next time I'll have more progress. And who knows? Maybe I'll get close to finishing the Seed Pack Towels or the Maine Coon cat or something. It could happen, right? Think positive. But anyway, I've enjoyed our visit. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's Thursday, so I can say that, I think. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.